Hello my friends and welcome back to another Brotato Danger 5 random challenge where we take a random character and random weapon and try to beat Danger 5 with it. As I did last time, because I have almost completed every single character in these random weapons challenges, rather than going through the charade of re-rolling over and over again until we get one we haven't done, since we've been skipping ones we've already done, I'm just going to work my way up from the bottom here for the remainder of the characters. So we're just going to actually be selecting a character, but still taking a random weapon. The next character on the list, we did Fisherman last, so I've done Cryptid, I've done Apprentice, and I have not yet, I believe, done Lich, so this is going to be another interesting one. I think this is another character that is going to be quite difficult depending on what weapon we get. There are some weapons that will be quite challenging for the Lich. Minus 50% damage, and this is all kinds of damage, so melee damage, range damage, elemental damage, and percent damage, and those are all reduced by 50%. So any of those things that we buy are significantly worse. Some weapons really require those things in order to function, and so having the damage reductions from the Lich is going to be quite dangerous. Of course, the Lich will also has in some ways a benefit for random weapon challenge because its main killing tool is just the passive on the Lich. And so in that sense it doesn't matter what weapon we get, but because you really need to farm with your weapons in the early wave before you can sort of bring the Lich's passive online, I think that some weapons are going to really struggle. We'll see what we get. I believe I use Slingshot for my class guide for the Lich, so if you want to see Slingshot, then go check that out, but I will be re-rolling it if we get it here, and we'll just see what we get. And I've got Scissors. Alright, that is a great roll. I'm pretty happy with that one. Let me actually make sure I didn't use Scissors for the class guide for the Lich. Alright, I did not. I did indeed use slingshots for that, but scissors I think are kind of your other choice. These are not going to be as powerful, I think, in general as slingshots, but the high lifesteal will let you consistently lifesteal with the Lich. Lich is a character that just wants to be getting lots of healing, and lots of small instances of healing in order to trigger your passive as often as possible, and of course similar to Masochist or Bull, you need to be taking damage constantly to stay at low health so you can trigger the passive. Lich is a character I think a lot of people struggle with, just because the playstyle is so weird and unique, so we'll try to do our best to be an educational version of the Lich as well, in addition to the random weapons challenge here. One thing I will be looking out for and hoping to find is a lumberjack shirt, very potent on this character because your passive can't bounce to the trees, and we will quickly have our damage not scale high enough in order to enable us to kill trees, especially because we're scissors, which are a low damage weapon in the first place, and so having that having a lumberjack shirt will help significantly in terms of killing trees. We won't have that issue where you can see I made pretty poor money this wave because we spent a lot of time just punching the tree instead of picking up materials. Another important item, of course, for us is going to be Baby Gecko. If we can pull materials to us, that helps a lot because we're going to be scattering materials all over the map. I'm going to reroll here, see if we can get some harvesting. I could take melee damage for our scissors, but I'm looking for economy or HP at this point. And yeah, I'll just take harvesting. This early, it's definitely great to get that rolling. I wouldn't mind... I guess we don't actually need to buy lifesteal. Often on Lich you want to buy lifesteal, but since we're scissors, we've got 50%. We really don't need to buy lifesteal. We will still buy HP regeneration, but we can skip past this bat. And then, okay, great. I did find a lumberjack shirt. That's awesome. I think I will still probably buy this head injury. 3% damage will affect our passive. Percent damage affects your Lich passive, so that can be a major boost to our damage output. Is it worth locking here? Maybe not. This is a good item, but I think it's probably not worth missing out on the potential to roll a fertilizer or something in that spot. Weird Ghost is incredible on Lich, and you should always buy it, because you're going to heal up, and when you heal up from 1 HP, you are going to be killing stuff. So Weird Ghost is an excellent find. Similarly, Sad Tomato is a great find for this character. And I'll buy the scissors, or I'll lock the scissors. I think I'm also not going to lock the beanie. We'll leave one slot open to find a coupon or a bag or a fertilizer or something like that. As enemies spawn, and as our HP ticks up, we will be killing them. So that's where the Weird Ghost came in. And of course, this character's damage scales off of your maximum HP. Oops, I actually need to walk into the enemies. Always hard to, like, with the characters that need to do that, it's hard to retrain yourself to do that, because you've spent so long attempting to not do that when you play this game. I'm going to recycle that. So obviously we want to recycle the snake because we just need max HP and we're not going to be using any burning effects. And then I will roll here. Oh, wow. Okay, so I would love 6 HP. That's going to boost my damage significantly. I'd also love 10 luck. I think this early I'm going to take the luck. That can improve the quality of our future level ups a lot, and that's very valuable to me. Continue to buy more scissors. This gives us both regeneration and crit chance because it's medical and precise. And then, of course, the scissors have 50% native lifesteal, or 40% plus our base 10%. So this is a great weapon for Lich that can help us heal frequently. And I'm, again, not going to lock it here, but one thing that is worth mentioning on Lich is that Alien Worm is a lot better than on other characters, because you want lots of small instances of healing, so reducing the amount of healing you get from consumables means that you can continue to heal more, and since you want to be continuously healing on this character, you'd rather have a bunch of small instances of healing than single large instances. Consumable heal is still good for this character, but Alien Worm is also less bad than it is for other characters. We need some armor, because of course we need to be taking constant hits, so you want armor so we can manage the incoming damage more easily. We have 4 weapons with a 5th locked, a lumberjack shirt, as well as a bag, so I'm feeling quite good about the way that this is going so far. And with the bonus 10 luck that we found early, in addition to this 8 harvesting, our economy is really starting to come online. I could take 1 armor here, but we have 10 luck, so I feel like we can maybe find a level 2 upgrade, or I can just take 5 harvesting. Now we're at 20. I wish we were at 21, so it would be growing by 2 per wave, but starting next wave it will be. Thanks to how harvesting works, it increases by 5% every wave, but that 5% is rounded up, so at 21 or higher harvesting, you get 2 every wave. Here, I'm going to just buy out the things we have locked, and then roll again, buy another scissors. Scissors is nice also just because it's pretty cheap. I think I do want to boost my max HP, so I'm a little hesitant to take the injection, but the amount of bonus damage that we will need is fairly high. Is it likely that 3% damage on my Lich is going to exceed just reducing my health by 2? That won't increase our passive damage until I hit 100 HP or like 80 HP. So the injection will not actually increase our damage for a really long time. So I'm going to pass on it. I will reroll here and see if I can lock something like this scissors. Oops. Didn't mean to stomp that spawn. Stepped on the red X, which caused the enemy to spawn somewhere else on the map. Trying to walk into these enemies, but they're not obliging me very well. There we go. You want to try to stay around like half health. And you can see the hits I'm taking are fairly hard, so I do need to be a little bit careful because we have no armor at the moment, and our maximum health is not that high. But as I continue to take damage, we do pop enemies across the map. A second bag I'll definitely take. Very happy about that. And then here, I could take regen. This is good for the Lich passive. I could also just take speed. We have minus 2% speed. Yeah, I should just take 6% speed. It's really important that we get this to a reasonable value, because we have to be able to walk into enemies as well as avoid them. I could take the attack speed. That's good for our lifesteal. Or I could reroll looking for something better. I think I'll just take the attack speed. And then here we will combine and upgrade these scissors. Roll again. I do want dodge eventually, but max HP is so good for this character that maybe I just take the acid anyways. I think I am going to do that. So we'll lock that. We'll buy the scissors. That will help a little more with farm, I think. And then I'll roll once and buy another scissors. Still have 0 armor, and we're about to go to 4% dodge, and we only have 19 HP. So our defensive stats are not quite where you'd want them for Lich, but our economy is really good with 2 bags and 20 plus harvesting. So I think we're in an okay shape for this build. This is definitely one of the smoother items I think we could have gotten. for this character. This is still a difficult character, so it's not one that I think we are like guaranteed to win with by any stretch, but it's certainly one of the items that has actual synergy with the character. It's not like we roll wand or something. I'm going to recycle this. We will never use elemental damage. Do I take 6 move speed, or do I just start building armor? I think I'll take the 6 move speed. 10% is enough, and I can kind of stop here, but I do want to get some speed going. Take the acid and roll. Weird food, I'll still take the weird food, even though I mentioned all that about the alien worm, but this will also let us take alien worm without reducing our healing too much. And then, yeah, it's probably worth going up to 14%. If I'd known I was going to find the beanie, I might not have taken the +6 move speed. And now I can lock and actually buy the alien worm here and still have 4 consumable healing, and that'll be good. Definitely happier now that I'm at 28 max HP. I need a little more than that, ideally. But that's helping. And we really would like some armor before I have to face an elite or anything along those lines. Currently still at the point where I'm able to kill stuff using my weapon attacks, but that will stop fairly soon, and then we will fall behind in economy if I haven't built an appropriately high-quality economy yet. Obviously, another item that we are really looking out for is blood donation or bloody hand. Things like that are incredibly potent for this character, because if you can consistently be taking damage, then you can consistently be doing damage. It's not quite as good as for bull or masochist, but those items are still very useful. Let's recycle this. We have no need for it. We have no need for this. I think I'm just going to take 1 armor. We really want armor, so rather than reroll, I'll just take armor when it's offered. Alright, this is all good. I don't believe I can afford all of it, right? No, I think I can. So we are going to combine, upgrade my scissors, buy a leather vest. It does cost me some HP, but we're going to get that HP back by buying these 2 items, and then roll again. Baby Gecko I'll take, because I do want to be pulling in materials. And Alien Eyes, well, we intend to build max HP also already, so that is going to be good for our clear speed as well. And it can lifesteal off of our 10% lifesteal. I should probably be breaking the eggs here, because our Lich passive can bounce to the big slashers, and they'll tank the damage, which would be used to kill like 3 or 4 smaller enemies, so we'll end up losing out on money if I let them hatch. One piece of negative synergy is the Lich passive can't crit, I don't believe, so we have the precise weapon tag, but it's not doing anything for our passive, which is going to be our main source of damage later on. I keep trying to walk into enemies and just not taking the damage from them. Alright, great, there we go. You want to try to stay around like half health on the Lich. So I try to stay somewhere around 50% HP, but it's difficult. Definitely a little behind on economy in terms of our income these waves. I'm going to recycle this. I think I'll just take 4% damage. It's 8%, but it's halved. But percentage damage is pretty good for us. And then here, do I take 4 regen or 9 dodge? Or I could reroll. Looking for max HP mostly. I think our max HP is low enough that I probably should reroll. Although if I start building dodge now, I could get pretty good dodge. And of course, 4 HP regen is very valuable as well. Both dodge and regen stack super well with it themselves. I think I'm going to reroll and look for maximum HP. Didn't find it there, but I'll probably just take 10 harvesting. That can help with our somewhat lackluster economy. Buy these 2 and roll. I'm going to buy the Dangerous Bunny, definitely, and I do want both of these, Lost Duck and Propeller Hat, so I guess I'll buy the duck first and the hat second and reroll. Yeah, I don't mind decreasing my lifesteal, so I'll buy the plant and the mushroom for +6 regen. Do I want the Blood Leech? I think I won't bother locking the Blood Leech here. The -4 harvesting is a real penalty, and it's more expensive than these 2 items, so we also don't benefit that much from the lifesteal, because we have so much lifesteal already on our weapons. So I think this will be fine. Try to stay at a fairly low HP total so that our passive can tick, but it is somewhat difficult to do that because the Lich, you want to build a lot of healing, but you also want to stay damaged, which obviously there's some tension there, since when you have a lot of healing, it's difficult to stay damaged. I am at the point now where I'm not getting as much... where my passive isn't one-shotting most enemies, so I really do need to boost my max health. Okay, I also need to not die. I just walked into 10 enemies in a row in an attempt to stay at half health, but of course, half health is, when I only have 33 health, half health is not that much, and you can easily put yourself in a lot of danger by doing that. Here, I think I'd better just take the armor. And then we will buy all of these. I really need to find some max HP. I haven't found any anything like Broken Mouth or anything along those lines that would help with our max HP issues, but hopefully we can find something soon. Sure, a medal will do very nicely. Do I want this Blood Leech? I still don't think I do. I'm going to roll again, and I think I will take Peaceful Bee. We do want to build Dodge eventually, so it's a fairly... 10 material per point of dodge is actually not that inefficient a way to buy dodge, and we lose half a melee damage, which I don't really care about, so yeah. We'll take Peaceful Bee. Plus the harvesting, of course, will pay some of that back eventually. Alright, so I'm down to 50% health, so my passive can tick, then we'll tank another couple hits. Walk into a couple groups of enemies again. Basically, Lich, you want to be able to wade into these groups of enemies and be constantly healing, constantly taking damage. It's a difficult balancing act, but you can definitely make it work. Now that I have all this luck, too, we're consistently able to generate consumable drops from these enemies, which is a good way to stay healed, even when we're walking into big groups of enemies. If I had like 50-60 HP, I think that I would be feeling great about this build. As is, we definitely need to find some of that before too much longer, or we're going to really start falling behind. But I still believe in us. I'll take this lifesteal for sure, and then I'm going to reroll this. I don't really want the 4 melee damage. I'd take it, but I think we can do better. Do I want 6% damage? That'll help with my damage, or I could just reroll for HP, or I could take armor. I think I'm going to take the percent damage, and then here I'm going to reroll looking for health. 4 regen is also really good. Do I just take it because it's a level 3 upgrade? I think I'm going to roll and look for max HP again. And one more time. Alright, well, I should have taken the 4 regen, but I'll take the 2 armor. As it turns out, I should have taken the 4 regen, but I think it was worth it, because max HP is so useful to us. And even a, like, +6 max HP would have been a huge boost to this character. Alright, we can take the Medal and Peaceful Bee and Ritual. Do I want 1 melee damage at the cost of 1 regen, and we get a free reroll? I don't think so. I'll pass on that. Riposte is just not going to do any damage, because we're never going to build melee damage. So even if we end up with more dodge, it won't be useful. On the other hand, Mastery does increase the damage of my scissors reasonably. Is that worth picking up? So they have a 25% chance to critically hit, and they crit for 2. So the Mastery is... And we get 3 damage off of it, so at 80% scaling. So it's basically like about +3 damage per attack on the scissors. I don't think it's worth it. I'm going to reroll and look for something that gives me maximum health. Circular Saw is kind of fun too, especially when you're doing a scissors build, but here I'm just going to stick with the scissors. For one thing, while Circular Saw doesn't have the... while we don't really care that much about the precise tag, it's actually the medical tag that matters more to this character. Circular Saw does decrease our tags. It does lose us a point in the precise tag. And it's just It's an upgrade that I would usually take, but you know, it's a random weapon challenge on one of the more difficult characters, and I think one thing that I'd like to show on the more difficult characters is when it's possible to win, just even if you don't find a fancy weapon or anything. Take a bunch of damage here and try to stay at half health while constantly healing, picking up these consumables to continue to heal. Took a lot of hits there, so I do need to be a little bit more careful. This character, of course, is healing primarily through lifesteal from the scissors, so if I get too far from enemies, then we stop healing. So I do need to, you know, always bear that in mind. Wisdom, we're definitely recycling. You usually don't want this item because it makes it hard for you to burst down elites, but also on this character, we want to be constantly clearing enemies in the early stages of the wave. Just an item that I am not generally fond of. Sunglasses, I'm going to recycle as well, because the crit chance only applies to our weapon attacks rather than our passive, and our passive is what's doing all the damage. And then here, I'm just going to take 9% dodge. I could roll again for max HP, but I think 9% dodge is valuable enough that I'm willing to just grab that. Take the recycling machine and the upgraded scissors. Alloy, we're definitely not taking, but Cute Monkey, I definitely am. I already have a baby gecko to pull in heals, and this is a lot of instances of 1 HP healing, which is exactly what you want on the Lich. Adrenaline is 5 HP of healing, but it's another way to heal, and of course we are planning to build dodge anyways, so I'll happily take that. And then, yeah, I'm definitely taking Gentle Alien, but do I want Wheelbarrow first? I'm going into an elite wave. We're not going to kill an elite. Typically, we only have 8 armor, or we have 8 armor, which is not bad at this point, but still not amazing. I think I will take the wheelbarrow. It's going to pay for itself reasonably quickly, I imagine. A wave 11 elite could be quite difficult for this character, especially with only 40 HP. I'm not even going to bother trying to kill the elite. You usually don't on the Lich because your damage is spread randomly, and on a wave 11 elite, it is even worse because these rib cages absorb so much of your damage. So I'm trying to stay at a moderate amount of HP. This is not the hardest elite we could have gotten because, at least for the first half of the wave, you can just stay on the other side of the wave from it and it will not put you under any pressure. That said, we're not going to be able to farm that much because it's absorbing a lot of the damage. That every time our random bouncing damage hits that's another enemy that we aren't killing. I was trying to do some damage to the loot alien there in the hopes that maybe we can come back around and kill it on our next way through. Go up here. Yeah, we got it. Nice. Our random bouncing damage finished it off. And I survived the elite pretty safely without ever being in any danger. I'll take the Shady Potion for some extra luck, because luck is excellent. And then, man, we really are not finding maximum HP. Do I just want 3 armor? I mean, I do want 3 armor, but do I just want to roll or just select this? I think we're late enough in the game. I've got to just roll for max HP. We're guaranteed a level 3 upgrade, so... wow, we are so unlucky. Do I spend another 30 on it, on trying to find it, or just take 4 regen? I think 1 more reroll is worth it, because it's so important at this point, and I did find it, so justified, I guess. I don't mind capping my speed at 17, so I'll definitely take Shackles. 8 regen is going to be very helpful to us. Do I take community support? I think not. The attack speed is good to trigger lifesteal more frequently, but -2 armor is painful, and 168 spending is pretty bad too, so I think we're just going to pass on that. I will take the mouse, though, because more enemies means more money, and more lifesteal means killing more enemies, as well as living longer. I'll take the lemonade and the blindfold. Do I want compass? No, because I capped my speed, so no need to buy the compass. So basically, on that level up screen, I spent 100 on 9 HP, or so, 100 or so on finding 9 HP, with some equity for finding it sooner, although a risk of not even finding it on the last reroll. But you have to sort of ask yourself, like, if 100 materials for 9 HP showed up in the item shop, would I buy it? And the answer is, of course I would, in a heartbeat. So, re-rolling for the 9 HP level up there, I think, was definitely correct. One thing I always want to kind of impress on people when you are watching these videos is do not be afraid to reroll for the stats and items that you want. Don't be afraid to lock the items that you want. It's more about getting the right build in this game than about sort of total number of items and stats. I'm going to recycle the glasses. We have a recycling machine for one thing, but also we don't care about range at all, and have even a little bit too much. And I will take the snail, just because it's free, basically, or cost me 60. I don't think this is going to be a huge component of our plan, but it's nice because it makes it easier for me to run into enemies and tank damage from them, so we can more easily control our current HP. Reroll here, looking for either armor, a level 2 plus armor, or some maximum health, or I'll just take a level 3 damage upgrade. That will increase our passive damage as well. Take Cake, Blindfold, and Lemonade, and roll. Sad Tomato is an ideal find for us. This gives us a bunch of regen, which we want, but also starts us at half HP, meaning that we're starting off every wave by doing a bunch of damage with our passive. Dangerous Bunny is going to be a free reroll. And then I will take the Duct Tape. Our armor could be higher, so even though I want, of course, to raise my max HP, armor is also very good. We'll buy the Gentle Alien. I think it is still early enough. Wave 14. Yeah, because we're going to have a Horde next wave, so if I buy the Metal Detector, we'll get all of the doubled money from the Horde wave, as well as any future waves. So Metal Detector will pay for itself fairly quickly, I think. We heal too quickly, so we're basically almost back to full by the time any enemies spawn from the Sad Tomato. But of course it does kill a bunch of things for us, which is always nice. And, these tentacles are both good and bad for you because they're slow, and you can easily run into them to tank damage if you need to tank damage. But they also absorb a lot of our passive damage whenever it randomly bounces to them because they have just so much HP. In the late game here, when our HP is starting to fluctuate a lot, like it's high and then it's low and it's high and it's low, I like to watch it in the top left corner more than watching my health bar here. I find it a little easier to manage my current HP and know exactly how much I have by doing that. I am going to have to heal up a lot because we took a lot of damage here. And unfortunately that meant I didn't manage to get all of the loot aliens that we saw. So you can see there, because my max HP is only 58, my armor is only 8, we are still struggling to manage the incoming damage a little bit. I need to increase both of those numbers quite a bit soon. I'll take Weird Ghost, similar to Sad Tomato, it's just extra damage for us. And yeah, our lifesteal is more than high enough because we're a scissors build, and Clover is going to be good for luck and also for dodge, both things that we really badly need. Reroll here, I'm looking for maximum health or armor. Ideally a level 2 or higher version of those things. Ooh, do I take dodge or do I take armor here? I think I actually take the dodge, because I do also want to get to dodge cap really fast. Okay, this is great. We get to buy 4 max HP, which is a nice little boost. Get a free reroll here. I will definitely take the Stone Skin. Our armor is high enough that that's worth doing. I think our max HP is low enough that it's worth taking acid here. Yeah, so basically I'm going to take this and we'll have to repair our dodge later, but I think I want both of these. We'll definitely take the armor. Medkit, of course, is amazing. This is going to massively improve our regeneration and more max HP. If I can get to 100 max HP before like the next couple waves, I'll be very pleased. Trying to kill a couple enemies just to make sure that we are healing up. Or hit a couple enemies with our scissors just to make sure we're healing up. And now I should be able to, I think with reasonable impunity, just tank damage constantly and let our bounces just kill things. Because we have these scissors which are giving us so much lifesteal and healing. And of course we have good luck and consumable healing as well, so we're getting a lot of healing back from that. I'd take an alien tongue pretty highly as well. As baby geckos. I may have passed on one already, but at this point, I think it's more worth looking at. Our constant healing is constantly bouncing damage to enemies on the field. So I should be able to move relatively safely into these blobs of enemies. I think I will take 15% attack speed. That will help us lifesteal more frequently, and then I don't have to reroll. Buy another scissors, buy a cake, medkit, and oops, I should have bought the stone skin, but I guess this gives us time to find more armor before I reduce it. I'll take this as well. Yeah, I can take bait here. That's fine. 4% damage isn't that much, but it's still a fairly efficient way to buy damage, and we'll reroll. Now the most important stat for us, or the two most important stats, are dodge and armor. I will take armor over dodge currently, because I'm about to reduce it with stone skin, and it's going to start giving me max HP. You can see the lampreys are absorbing a lot of the bouncing damage, but that's okay, because they also let us take a bunch of damage early so that we can have our HP be somewhat lower. Sequences like that also show you why I really wanted to avoid taking Wisdom, because there would still be a lot of lampreys on the field, that they'd be absorbing a lot of damage, so even as our damage continued to increase, this character is never going to clear the entire field, because its damage is all single target. So having those high health enemies last for longer means fewer killed enemies over the course of every wave. I am going to try to focus some of my attack damage on the loot alien. Our attacks are not a significant portion of our damage, but they're not zero either. There we go. Got really good income from that wave. Let's recycle the mutation. I'm going to recycle the incendiary turret, I think. No, I can pick this up. Actually, we have 9 engineering. I don't really know how that happened. Oh, because we got shackles. But this is actually going to be some reasonable additional clear speed for us. And then I would lose 8 luck, but go back to our capped speed and get some lifesteal. I don't think that's actually worth it at this point for Finn. I'm just going to recycle it. Here, I have 50 regen. Although some of that is from the med kit, I think. So let me re-roll this. I'm looking for armor or max HP. I'll take 2 armor. Stone Skin reduces that 2 armor, but gives me 8 health. And of course, every point of armor I get from now on is better. Take the lure and roll. Tardigrade we definitely don't want, because we're planning on taking way more than 1 hit. Plant, though, is good. Roll again. Schmoop I will take for sure. Let's see. How's our metal detector done, by the way? Where even is the dang thing? Oh, I guess I can see it right here. 44 materials gained. So a second one I don't think is worth picking up at this point, but the first one I think was probably good. Max HP and regen, yes please. Gambling token, so I lose 1 HP and 1 armor, but get up to 42% dodge. I think I will take Gambling Token, and then I'm going to roll again. Take Blindfold. This will get us to maximum dodge. Hopefully, so we're very close already. And getting to dodge cap is very good. Every point of dodge makes each future point of dodge better. So it's worth investing in that, even at the cost of a little armor and HP. Trying to tank some hits here. You can see now our damage is high enough, our passive damage is high enough and consistent enough that we are actually clearing every enemy as they spawn. I got a lure this wave, I think, or was that last wave? I can't remember. But I am going to keep an eye out for loot aliens. Seems like there's already one, or a random crate drop. There's another. Yeah, I think it must have been this wave I got the lure. And another. Okay. We may not get all of those loot aliens killed, but I am going to give it my best shot. All right, nice. Looks like we got both of them. Just enough bouncing damage that we cleared them all out. And 3 crates. Very good. Whetstone. I'll probably take this, even though our lifesteal is very high already. Weird food I'll still take just because I want to consistently heal. And bag will still pay for itself even this late in the game. Yes, that cost me 2 dodge, but weird food is so much healing, it's great. I'm going to take 9% dodge now. And then upgrade, buy. by roll. Baby Elephant is actually starting to be a reasonable amount of damage, maybe, even with only 23% damage. And we have a Gecko already. Yeah, that could be worth picking up, just to help a little bit with wave clear. Let me buy another lure. I'm not going to buy a tentacle. And I'm not going to buy a wheelbarrow this late. I am going to reroll that maybe we can get something worth picking up. I'll just take the coupon here and then go to wave 17. Alright, so every tick is 100. This is definitely one of the harder elites for us to face. We can dodge it pretty consistently, but it means we'll probably be taking hits from other things because we're not killing it quickly. You can always dodge this elite simply by moving in these triangles. So the question is, will the other things that I run into by doing that put me in too much danger? And I think the answer is mostly not that they won't, because we just have so much healing on this character. Basically, the way to fight this elite is to move in a triangle just past its direction of travel. Usually that's easiest with a ranged character who can be attacking it while you're doing that, but this character just needs to survive. You can see there's so many things on the field that our sound is bugged out. Oh, I definitely should not have taken the lure for this wave, by the way, because the loot aliens got protected by the elite, which was just absorbing all the incoming damage. So that was definitely a mistake. I should have left that locked until next wave. I'll buy the plant here, and then we'll reroll. And I'm just going to take 6 HP. I wouldn't mind 20 luck either, but HP is just a huge boost to us at the moment. Armor is the only thing that would be better. Armor and dodge, I guess, are the only things that would be better. Do I take Alien Baby here? 15 HP is a lot of extra damage. 8% enemy speed will make it hard to dodge, but our plan is kind of to tank through everything anyways with 64 HP regen. This might be a very rare Alien Baby purchase from me. In fact, this may be the only time I've ever bought this item on stream. But let's give it a shot, and if I die, then I'm gonna blame the Alien Baby. And then I will take a baby gecko here as well. We're not going to take Silver Bullet. We're still not going to kill bosses, no matter what. So yeah, you can see enemies are a lot faster now because of the Alien Baby. They're much visibly faster. Or visibly much faster. Which makes them hard to dodge, both sort of from a technical standpoint, you just have to be faster and move more precisely because they're faster, but also from the standpoint of your reflexes and movement patterns and everything are all honed over time, your muscle memory and everything like that, and they're all calibrated to dodge things moving at the speed you've seen them moving at for the last however long you've played Brotato. In my case, longer, more hours than you should admit in Play Company. And so it makes it harder both from an actual sort of physical perspective, but also from the perspective of just this isn't what you're used to. Your muscle memory is all thrown off. Recycle this, of course, and then, yeah, just 6 more max HP. I would have taken armor or dodge over that, but I think we just want to boost our health. Yes, there. Sure, I'll keep buying the scissors, not because it's the right decision, but just because it's a random weapon challenge, so it's good to do that. Armor on the duct tape I absolutely want. I will take the Weird Ghost and the scissors and roll again. And I'm still buying Weird Ghost even this late. I mean, our regen is so insane, it's not going to put us in too much danger. I think I will take the Alien Eyes, but not the Ritual. And I'll do one more reroll to see if there's something I want to lock here. Nothing here, so let's go to wave 19. So I do need to be a little careful not to walk into everything immediately, but we should have enough regen, enough lifesteal, and now enough damage to clear a lot of enemies. Gonna walk into one of these tentacles. There we go. Tank some damage from some of these guys, so we're continuing to get some clear speed. Say this incendiary turret's really doing me proud, I think. Incendiary turret, even on non-engineering builds, is an efficient enough amount of damage that it can continue to be a real contributor to your wave clear, so that's always worth looking out for. It's not always the right purchase, but there are some builds that just need a little help with wave clear, and especially like AoE wave clear like this one, or other builds that have mostly single target damage, and Incendiary Turret's a great way to just add a little bit of extra wave clear to your build. There we go, tanked through. It took forever for the sound to catch up to the end of that wave. I'm just going to take the dodge here and cap our dodge. Yeah, we go a little over cap, but every point of dodge, as you get more dodge, becomes more valuable, so it's just really important to get that. I don't think we want a tree going into wave 20. I'm really just looking for armor. I'm not looking for lucky coin, even though it's a lot of luck, but I want to increase, not decrease my armor. I'll take the mushroom. We'll buy another leveled up scissors. Focus is plus 15% damage. That could be relevant. I mean, that's plus 15 damage and a bit per Lich tick. So that's probably better than anything else we're going to find. Let's just buy that. Do one more reroll and see if there's anything else I would have gotten. Alright, I would have gotten a duct tape, a plant, and a mushroom. Would have been way better than the focus, but I think we'll still be okay. Now I just have to survive 90 seconds of these elites, which is going to be somewhat difficult, because we're not going to kill them, or at least it's very unlikely. Actually, maybe I can. It's already doing a lot of damage to them. Never mind. I think our plan has changed. I'm going to try to kill these elites. I'm now kind of wishing I'd bought that silver bullet. Tank a couple hits just to make sure I'm always at low health. But because there's so few other things on the field to absorb our attacks, absorb our bouncing damage, a significant portion of our damage is always randomly hitting the elites, meaning that we are actually able to direct our damage against them fairly well. It's interesting that that one has taken so much more damage than the other one. It's true that I've been attacking it more, but I think also just the way the randoms, the RNG has worked out. This one has gotten hit so much more than the octopus. Consistently tanking hits just to keep our damage going. It looks like, I think I can get these before the end of the wave. Either way, I don't think we're in danger of dying, but I'd really love to be able to actually kill them, because that would just be fun. Lich almost never kills the bosses or elites, so getting to do that is a really... puts a nice button on this one. And we are... part of it's also that I have these alien eyes, which are really good against elites. They do a lot of burst damage, and if you stand directly in the elites, every alien eye projectile hits the boss, dealing a bunch of extra nuke damage to it. So the two alien eyes really came in clutch there as well. Ended up with only like 3,000 damage from the shuriken, or from the scissors, but 330,000 dealt damage by the Lich, so an awesome Lich build. I think this is a pretty clean and consistent way to get a win on Lich. If you are struggling with the slingshot build, I also recommend the scissors build. It's just very good. Gives you a lot of the stats you need. You don't have to buy lifesteal or anything like that. The slingshot build I think is still going to be a little easier because it gives you max HP, so it sets your passive to higher damage initially. But this build is also very strong, very clean, and was a lot of fun to play. That's another random win, so I think that's actually a bunch in a row. It's been a while since I've lost one of these, which is kind of fun. And as always, my friends, I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and if you have, of course, feel free to leave a thumbs up, leave a comment. Both of those things help a ton with the algorithm. And as more people are getting into Brotato, it's nice to expand the video's reach because it brings more new viewers into the channel. So I do appreciate anyone who takes the time to do that. And of course, you can subscribe to my channel for more of this and other strategy game content. Cheers, folks. I'll catch you next time.